Hey guys, I've got an unboxing video of some headphones and a review of these Dollar Tree headphones. First I want to say where I've been with headphones and why I got some new ones. The first pair I ever used were like these, and after they broke I began looking in the unknown world to me of headphones for a pair just like them. Same brand, because I had a good experience, wanted to come out with something good. But I got these several years later at Savers. They were a bagged item. Bagged items work where they put one or more items in a bag, label it with a price. If you want to return it, the bag has to be unopened. So if you open it up and find it's broken, too bad. But with this one though, I carefully made a small hole in the bag, plugged them into my phone, and they worked. And so I figured, these are really cheap headphones obviously, and if they still work and they're here, they must be pretty durable. Because, probably someone got rid of them because they got a better pair, just didn't need them anymore. So I got them and used them for a while, and about $2 for them. Then I got this pair for about $5, and these were Skull Candy Lowriders. Nice pair. They're in shambles right now. But then, I thought about, I saw if my mom wanted to buy these, thought about selling these, and she said she might consider buying them from me. And that way I could make a little bit back, because this was a better purchase than this. But I ended up not buying them, and I didn't sell them, and it was good, because these eventually had problems, so I had to use these. The first problem was that these fell out here, because they have the little thing there, and they have a little plastic piece in there that snaps in so they can twist, but that broke. So what I did to fix it is I took this part, and I put Gorilla Glue in there and let it dry, and then I wedged a piece of metal in there with some Gorilla Glue once it was fitted in here, so that it would fit in and hold them on, and that works kind of nice. But then just a whole bunch of problems with them, and so I was going to take these to the chopping block and smash them up with a sledgehammer and put it on video, but then I said, wait, hold on. I have a box full of old switches and stuff from a car that we got rid of that wasn't working, and the guy was basically going to part out or whatever. And then some other old dials and things that I'm just kind of building up to make a spaceship set for videos and stuff in the future, sci-fi videos. So I said keep these and put them on the spaceship set, so I did. Same thing with these. Now for the review of the Dollar Tree headphones. I bought these mainly as a transient pair. A pair that I could use while I was waiting around to find a good but cheap pair. So I don't have a lot of money to spend, especially with Eleanor going on. So after I thought about getting these, but I was like, nah, because I had a pair before. They were the ones where the stylish over-ear, sort of, where they have like the plastic piece that goes over your ear, and then you have the heavy earbud headphone thing in there, the more flat kind. And I had those, and they lasted for, I don't know, a little bit less than a month, a couple of weeks, whatever. So I was skeptical, but then looking on, I saw a lot of good reviews. One person bought some for her class. She got the ones with rhinestones in them, but the boys removed them, and just good reviews. A guy said they lasted for a whole year, so I said, you know what, I'll try them. I'll get them. So I got them. They kind of come in a case like this, and it was wrapped a little bit differently, so it kind of came around a different way. Because if you have them wrapped completely, you have to have them loose a bit, otherwise this sticks out too much and they won't close. And they were just held down with some of the round circle tape things there. And they came in like this. Originally the white pieces were on, but I switched them out because I don't like white, and pink's for girls. But you can't really see that when they're in there. And the lid doesn't really stay on. Well, yeah. If you get them in there so that this is wedging the lid in, kind of, you can. But it doesn't really stay on. So then they just unwrap like this, and you can pop them right out. And the quality isn't that bad. With the plug, you have to have it in just right, which isn't too hard. It's not that hard to get it just right. You put it in, and if it doesn't sound good, you twist it till it does. And it won't really untwist or anything. Maybe jiggling when you put it in your pocket sometimes might cause that, but not really. But the sound's not that bad. I really had to listen to say, yeah, I can see how other headphones were a little bit better. But it was hard to tell. And they have these holes on the back of the headphones, which are very nice. Or you can put them on the front, wear them either way. But because it's not just how loud the music is in your ears, and these can get pretty loud, but it's also that the sound waves get trapped in your ears, and if they're stuck in there for too long, they can do some damage. So when I wear other pairs like these, I have them off my ears just enough that sound waves can still escape. But I like the holes because sound can escape, So they get pretty loud. when they fit in my ears, it's they don't really stay in well. Hold on a second here. Okay, I'm good on time. So they don't really stay in well. You can press them in, and if you press really hard, of course, it's going to hurt just a bit, but the hurting doesn't really stay. But it will sound like you're changing pressure, air pressure, and then it will unplug once you let go, or a couple seconds afterwards. And they stay in okay, but not really well. As you see, it came out just there. Not really good, but the quality's good. The cord length, it's a bit short for some things. I mean, it's great for trying to avoid snagging them on different things, like when I'm listening to music while I'm working. Because music is my life, so like when I'm doing dishes, sorry, I don't have a job. When I'm doing dishes in the kitchen or just different things, they might get snagged. Mainly in the kitchen though, but it's short enough that it kind of helps avoid that compared to these pairs right here. But for some applications, it's a little bit too short when I have it on the table and I stand up to readjust myself. They might come out, you know. The other thing too, these parts right here on the bottom of the headphones come off sometimes. One of them stays on better than the other, but that's okay, I just push it back in. I thought about gluing it, but I was like, nah. Leave them the way they are and give a full review. So when you take off the buds, they're really easy to take off and replace, or the rubber parts there like that. For this ear, it kind of hurts a little bit more when I fit it in, but it stays in better. The other ear, not so much. Another thing that you can do is you just take this. Mine has a little bit of a tear in the side on this one, but you flip it inside out, and then when you put it back on, and then you fit it into your ear, just give it a good push in, and then the final result ends up looking something like that. And it doesn't muffle the sound, but it stays in better. And that's the other thing too, when you have them on your ears, the right one usually ends up sounding louder than the left one, or like the left one's non-existent. So when I take out the right one and I can hear the left one, and know that it's working, but it's really just because if one of them is kind of pointed more towards the wall of my ear, it muffles the sound and makes it sound quieter and stuff. And so really, they have replacement buds, like I said earlier, you can't really see the blue or the white or whatever, so I could have just left the white ones on. And the white ones feel a little bit softer compared to the blue. They're more of a gel kind of a thing, where these feel harder on the pink and the blue, more drier. You know, but so they're a good pair, a good transient pair. And after my experience, I would say yes, they would last a whole year with so yeah, let me just check the time that I have left. Okay. I've got about a minute left. So I'll just make this quick. First of all, these I got for about $6 on eBay. I bid on them and I won. Very nice. And there are a lot of headphones on eBay just like these ones. Some of them have a logo on them. These ones, I believe they'll have an M on the side, which doesn't really stand for any brand like the B on Beats does. Some of them have what looks like a circle with horns. You know, kind of like, almost like a stick figure devil, but without facial features, just a circle with horns. And then others have nothing on them. And then after talking with the seller, I found out they come from, I was kind of interested, they come from a factory called Yihao. It's Y-I-H-A-O. Or it could be Y-L-H-A-O, because I'm not sure what type, I think, but I'm pretty sure it's Y-I. Just looking on my computer, I've forgotten kind of how to tell the difference between lowercase and I and L. But there was no dot, so it might have been an L. But when I search with the I, it looks, I can find another pair very similar to these black ones here, and the box says Y-I-H-O on it. So, smaller than I expected. Oh yeah. Kind of weird, there's apparently like a 10-minute time limit on this camera. Not sure where I cut off. I know I got the M logo in there, and the stereo headphones on top. So I've extended these out to just one click so that they fit my head very nicely. Let me try with 2 clicks, because it feels like the bottom is kind of touching the bottom of my ear a bit. 2 clicks on either side. And there's no indicator logos. These are very isolating. I can already not hear, I can kind of hear my voice, but it sounds different because I'm not hearing it come around my head to my ears. So I can, okay. If I have these off of my ears a bit, which I probably will for main listening, that way the sound waves can escape, as I said earlier. Because there is, like, I see no exit vents for the sound waves. Then I can feel it kind of pressing against my ear a bit, you know. So I might do something where I, like, maybe put a bar or something across here to hold this out, so that they're just barely resting near my ears, not really touching. I don't know, I'll play around with that and see. But they feel very good, and doing this, compared to the low riders, like, they would kind of want to jiggle off my head if I did that. There's certain positions kind of fall off. But this feels nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now, audio test. Let's play some music here. And I said in my last unboxing video, which was for this phone, do a review. I will do that sometime. But, you know, I like the phone, basically. Let's see. Wow. Let's see what I have the equalizer set on. Turn it down. Right now I can't hear the singer. I just did vocal boost on my phone, and I can only hear, and that doesn't help. I'm switching this around to see if that's, I doubt it. Let's see, here we go. Great. Now it's only in one ear. Let's see. Oh, that's why. This wasn't in all the way. Let me try a different song just to make sure. Let's see. It sounds kind of warbled and garbly. Nothing. Well, okay, they isolate sound out very well. But for whatever reason, it's no. I'm gonna put these up all the way just to make sure. Let me try one thing. I want to turn on the audio boost, which I'm sure that's not going to help, but here. So, whoops. Let me try one. I need to find a loud song. Whoops. Here you go. Let me do one more equalization for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to play around with these, see if I can find any problems. Maybe it's the cable. We have some other AUX cables around that should work. Not happy. Definitely going to be contacting the seller to hopefully resolve things and see if they're supposed to be that way or not. I know these are very cheap lower-end headphones, but ultimately really can't hear the singer. They look cool though, I'll give them that, and they feel pretty solid, although on the cheap end. So that's it for this unboxing video. Bye guys. Hey guys, final thing. So I found out this cable is actually a good cable. It's just something to do with it and my phone. Cause like, so here, let me find one of the rubber parts. This will be our example piece here. So like, when you like, here we go. So when you plug it into the phone, it plugs in, you know, and then it picks up the contacts and everything like this. So, but then turning this way, see how I'm rotating it this way? It has to be in the right rotational position this way, not up and down or left and right jiggly, just rotation. And if it's in the right position there, it will play properly in the headphones. And it's not too difficult to find the position. Show you. Like, I'm putting it in. But here's the other thing. You see this right here? This is the voice command screen on my phone. All it does is allow you to make a call by voice command or check status for the phone. And sometimes the headphones trigger that, with these in the Dollar Tree pair. So right now they sound good. Now they sound far away distancy. Sound good again? Let's just stop the music. There we go, so they sound good. Except for I brought up the voice command again. Okay. Green time to see. Try this. Okay, I'm gonna end the test here. See if I'm just worried time limit on the camera. So they sound good. But they trigger the voice activation and have to be in the right position. It seemed like there was a little bit where if I like bend down and it gets bumped by my pants or something as I'm kneeling, it will get bent out of position and all. So I'm gonna take this cable here, hopefully, which works maybe, sand this end down so it fits in the headphones right. I don't know. I'm gonna contact the seller and whatnot. But in a computer though, stick this in, turn it full 360 around, nothing happens. So it's just with this so far. So you can buy these and know that it should work. That's it. Bye.